seated position. You might like to lift your hips up onto a block or whatever you have there to make it comfortable. Thanks for being here today. Let's raise our own vibrations and raise each other's. So closing your eyes and come to your breath. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. Landing in your space to take some time for yourself to breathe in this whole busyness. It's good to just take some time. The theme of our practice today is going to be fearlessness. When we have fears, if they stop us from doing things, they can accelerate and get worse and worse. But if we are understanding the fear and letting go of the fear and allowing ourselves to overcome and face one fear at a time and be fearless, then we can overcome fear and overcome lots of things that stop us. So as we move through our practice today, just think about releasing any fear and becoming more fearless. I'm going to start with some breathing. We're going to breathe in for 4 breaths, have a pause, and then breathe out for 4. So we're extending our breath. So let's begin. So keeping your eyes closed, take a big deep breath in for 4. Pause, and then breathe out for 4. And then in for 4. And out for 4. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do 3 more at your own pace. Just breathing in for 4. And out for 4. And out for 4. And then from here, keeping your hands on your knees, and let's just move our body in a circle. Still breathing, but spontaneously now, and then circle back the other way. And then come to tabletop position. Have your knees nice and wide and open up your hands. And let's move our body in a circle. It's starting to warm up our spine a little bit. Going in one direction and then change to the other direction. And then taking your knees nice and wide and bring your buttocks down to your heels. Walk your hands forward and bring your forehead down towards the mat. You can put a block underneath your forehead here to support you. Walking your hands forward. And let's take a few breaths here in child's pose while we stretch our shoulders and we stretch out our lower back. Let's take 6 long breaths here. As you breathe in, imagine your hands and your shins and your feet breathing in all the beautiful energy coming up through the earth. And breathe out all that doesn't serve you. Breathe out all the fears. So breathing in the fearlessness and the love from the earth. And breathing out all that doesn't serve you. Just take 3 more breaths. And last breath. and then come back up to tabletop. Let's do a little flow where we exhale, bring our buttocks down to our heels, and inhale, walk our hands a little bit forward and bring our chest forward, and exhale, come back down to child's pose. Let's do a few rounds, just warming up your lower back a little more, warming up the shoulders a little more. And then coming back to tabletop. And we're going to do some alternate leg lifts. So just keeping your hands on the mat, supporting your body, knees a little wider than normal. And as you inhale, you're going to lift up the left leg and point the toe towards the ground. And exhale, bring it back down. And then inhale, take it up to the right side. Keeping your body nice and still. So as you inhale, come up, squeeze the buttock, point the toes down to the mat, and exhale, bring the knee back down. Let's go from side to side, strengthening the spine and the legs and the buttocks. Just going from side to side. Then tucking your toes under and coming up to standing. That's it. So let's do, against the cabinet you've got there, let's do a little downward dog. So that's it. So as you exhale, bring your hips up towards the ceiling and bring your hands through your arms. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Stretching out the back of your legs, your lower back and your shoulders. And then come up to standing. Let's give your legs and your arms a little shake. And let's bring our hands, clasp our fingers together. And we're going to just move them around in a circle. That's it. So, yeah, shoulders fully supported. And then take it back the other way. That's it. And then bringing our hands to cactus. Does that work for you? Is that cactus okay? Yep. And then we'll inhale and bring our elbows back and squeeze our shoulders. And then exhale, bring the elbows forward. That's it. And inhale back. That's it. So just take it backwards and forwards with your breath. Let's go a couple more rounds. And last round. And then bring your hands back to heart center. And we're going to lift our heels. So have your feet about hip width apart. And as you inhale, come up onto your toes. And exhale slowly down. Inhale, coming up. And exhale slowly down. So we're working all the muscles in our feet and our legs and working our stabilizers in our ankles, helping our balance. And let's go a couple more. And last one. And then releasing your hands. And we're going to do a little twist here. So we're going to take our left hand to our right leg and our right hand to our left butt cheek, looking over the right shoulder, and then inhale to the front, and then exhale to the other side. So right hand to the left leg, left hand to the right butt cheek, and then inhale to the front and exhale to the other side. Just going from side to side, twisting the spine, stretching our shoulders. Let's go one more each side. And then come to the front. Bring your hands to your heart. And we're going to inhale and then exhale, fold forward. You can run your hands down your legs. And then bring your hands down to the mat and heel toe your feet wider. If you have a block handy, you can bring your hands to the block. So heel toe, and then let the crown of your head point down towards the mat and have the weight of your body on the outside edge of your feet. And just let your body hang upside down, taking a few breaths here. And coming back to the theme of our practice. So we're overcoming our fears and becoming more fearless. Each time we overcome a fear, we allow ourselves to move on to something a little bit more courageous. Let's take 6 long breaths here. And again, breathing up all the beautiful energy from the earth through your hands and your feet. And breathing out all that doesn't serve. Three more long, deep breaths. So allow your body to hang upside down, just noticing the stretch on the back of the legs and the lower back. And one more breath. And then walking your hands forward, raising your chest, stretching your back, and then heel toe your feet a little closer and bending your knees, coming up to standing. Good. Give your legs a little shake, and let's come to the back of the mat. And we'll do a warrior sequence. So we'll turn our left foot out slightly to the side and step forward with the right foot and bring your hands to your chest, raising your gaze and noticing the stretch through the left hip. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then folding forward, bring your hands down to the mat next to your right foot. If you have your block, you can place your hand on the block. Lengthen out the left leg, coming into pyramid pose. Allow the crown of your head to point down towards the mat. And then inhale, lift up the left hand. That's it. Looking up towards the left thumb, stretching it out into triangle pose. And then exhale, bring the left hand down and bring both hands behind your back or to your buttocks and lift up your chest into humble warrior. Nice. Take a couple of breaths here and notice the stretch down the back of the right leg. And then inhale, come back up to standing and step back. Give your legs a little shake. And then we'll take it to the other side. So right toes stepping out, left foot step forward. Bring your hands to and then tuck your bottom arm. And connect with stretch. Forward. down to the mat and come into pyramid pose. Allow the crown of your head to point down to the mat and feel the stretch through the back of the left leg. Just take a couple breaths. If you have your block, you can place your left hand on the block just to lift you up a little bit. And then inhale, lifting up the right arm, if that's possible. That's it. And take a couple of breaths here. Notice the stretch through the back of the left leg. One more breath. And then bring the right hand down to the mat and bring both hands to your buttocks. Inhale, lift up. Lifting your chest, raising your gaze. Take a couple of breaths here. And then come back up to standing. Nice. Okay, just give your body a little shake. Let's do a balancing pose next. So we'll do a tree pose. So yeah, you might like to go next to the furniture. So finding yourself a drishti point and opening up the toes on the right foot and just move your hips in a little circle. So you feel the contact points under your toe and your big toe, little toe and your heel. And then bring your left toes next to your right foot. Find your drishti point and bring your hands up to heart center. Now you can stay here if you wish, or you can lift that foot up a little bit. Bring the knee out to the side. And let's just still our body down, calm it down. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then release. Give your legs a little shake. And then let's take it to the other side. So opening up the toes on the left foot and move your hips in a circle. Heel, big toe, little toe. And find your drishti point again. Bring the right toes next to the left ankle. And then bring your hands to heart center. Knee slightly out to the side, and you can either leave the foot where it is or bring it up a little higher. And let's come back to a breath. Stilling our body down. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And last one, and then release. Good. Okay, let's come down to the mat and we'll go onto our back. Let's hug our knees up to our chest and take them in a circle. It's releasing any tension you might have in your back. And then bring your feet down to the floor. Bring the heels close to the buttocks and arms out to the side. And we're going to drop our knees towards the right and gaze towards the left. A nice twist in our back. Try to keep your shoulders on the mat so you feel a nice stretch through your chest as well. Take a couple of breaths here. And then inhale, bring knees to center. And exhale, knees to the left, look to the right. Take a few breaths on this side. Notice the stretch down the right side of the body. One more breath. And then inhale, bring knees to center. And we're going to pull our heels closer to our buttocks and bring our hands, palms down next to our hips. And we're going to inhale and lift our hips up towards the ceiling or the sky. And squeeze the buttocks, push down with the heels. And let's take 6 breaths here into bridge pose. nodding your chin into your chest. Really squeezing the buttocks and pushing through the heels. 3 more breaths. And last breath. And then slowly lower the back down to the mat and hug your knees up to your chest. And you might want to roll from side to side or take a circular roll, releasing any tension, flushing out your spine. And then drop the left foot down to the mat and bend the right knee and bring the right foot across the front of the left thigh and then hug that up to your chest. So you feel a nice stretch through the right buttock. And you might want to roll it from side to side or in a circle into reverse pigeon. So we're releasing any tension we might have in our right buttock to help to release any tension in our lower back. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Each time you breathe out, hug it in a little more. And then release the left leg to the mat, uncross the right and take it to the other side. And then hug the left leg up to the chest and roll it in a circle or side to side. Let's take a couple more breaths here. And then hug your knees up to your chest again. And from here, placing your hands behind your knees and just rocking your body backwards and forwards and come up to sitting if that works for you. That's it. That's it. Let's come up to a seated position and we'll put our right leg out straight and tuck our left foot in against our right thigh and just lift up your buttocks. So you're up on your sit bones, flexing the right foot. And then we're going to exhale as we fold forward, sliding our hands down our legs, gazing towards the right toe, and take a couple of breaths here. So we're stretching out the left glute, the left ITB, and the hamstrings down the right. If you can reach your right toes, you can pull them back towards you a little bit. If not, just hold on to your ankle or your shin. And then release it. And then bring both feet out the front. And again, lift up onto your sit bones, up nice and high. And bring your hands forward. So bringing your hands towards your ankles or your toes, flexing your feet. So you're pointing your toes back towards your head. And take a couple of breaths here. So we're stretching the back of our legs and our lower back. Take a couple more breaths. And then release it. And this time bend the right knee and put the right foot next to the left thigh. And again, lift up nice and tall. Flexing the left toes and slide your hands down the left leg. Bring your chest towards the leg a little bit until you feel a nice stretch. Let's take a couple of breaths. One more breath. And then inhale, come up to sitting. Bring both legs out the front again. And lift up onto your sit bones. And flex your feet and bring your body forward. So hopefully you can get a little bit more this time. Gazing towards your big toes. And feeling that nice stretch through the back of the legs and the lower back. And then release. And we'll come into our legs up position next. So whether you want to be up against a piece of furniture there, whatever works for you. So as you inhale, bring your feet up in the air. Feeling nice and supported, circling your ankles, giving your legs a little shake. Taking your feet out wide. Just take a few breaths here. And then bring your feet together, knees out wide. Coming back to the breath. And then lifting your feet back up into the air. Come back to your breath and come back to letting go of any fear and becoming more fearless. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then on your next inhalation, slowly bringing your spine back to the mat and bring your legs back to the mat. And coming into a comfortable position for Savasana. So we'll take a few minutes to relax, enjoying all the beautiful energy that we've cultivated in our yoga practice. You might like to have your hands face down, palms down next to your body. Have your knees bent to support your lower back a little bit. If you have an eye pillow, you can use it, or placing your bolster under your head or under your legs. Coming back to your breathing. And let's relax here and enjoy all the beautiful energy that you've cultivated in the stillness of your rest. It's coming back to your breath and all the points that are touching the floor, your feet, your legs, your buttocks, your lower back, your upper back, your head, shoulders, and your arms. As you inhale, you're breathing in all the beautiful energy from the earth, supporting you and raising your vibration. Inhale all the beautiful energy and exhale all that you don't need. Coming back to your breathing and the rise and the fall of your chest. coming back to your breathing and wiggling your fingers and toes, coming back to your body. And slowly roll to the right side. And when you're ready, coming back into a comfortable seated position. I've got a quote for you, a yoga quote on fearlessness. As we bravely overcome one small fear, it gives you courage to take on the next. Thank you for your beautiful yoga practice today, just you and me. Let's bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts, to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste.
Thank you. That was lovely.
Oh, good. Thanks for coming.